Superintendent George Tommen joined other local leaders and law enforcement for Walk Our Children to School Day. In its 17th year, the annual international event stresses the importance of following the basic safety rules, like looking both ways before crossing a street.
What does this say, y'all?
Be safe, be seen.
All righty. You want to carry this for us?
And avoiding stranger danger.
We were out here to find a little bit of information about how to safely walk to school. We did a little bit of stranger danger and just to get out with the girls and do stuff in the morning and have a good time. I think it's very important. I think not enough people are involved sometimes. I've watched kids run to school, rapidly, and you just never know what could happen. I think it's really good for the community to come and get together and walk the kids to school.
While the event is mostly geared toward making sure the students know how to stay safe while walking to school, it also helps reassure a few parents who might be a little overprotective that their kids really do know what to do.
It was good to see how they reacted. It gave me a little bit more peace of mind if they do need to walk, that they did react right. They did do the stranger danger. They were looking both ways and knew to stay in a group. So the fifth grader's really wanting a chance to walk. He likes to get out and walk, and I'll think about giving him that chance, maybe.
This week, October 12th through 16th, is National School Lunch Week. In honor of that, Marion County is sponsoring a contest where students that participate in the lunch program, and that's nearly 70% of our students, they will have an opportunity to win one of several prizes, including an iPad mini. So far this year, we've served almost 1.2 million school lunches. That's nearly 30,000 per day.
For some of our students, their school lunch is not only the best thing they'll eat, it's also the only thing they'll eat. So when school's out, their stomachs are empty. Several years ago, a principal in the district decided to do something about it.
The food bag program with Interfaith began in 2004. Evergreen has been part of the program for at least 8 years now. It began when the principal at Howard Middle School noticed that some of the students were taking food from the cafeteria on Friday afternoons. When he started talking to the students and did some research, he realized that a lot of these kids were not eating on the weekends. He reached out to Interfaith and they started a partnership where they could provide food bags for students on the weekend. They pack a bag for enough meals for every single student in that bag for each 3 meals of the day, and some snacks for Saturday and Sunday, or on 3-day weekends they do it for 3 days. There is a waiting list and the students do have to sign up for it. We find out about students in a multitude of ways. Usually the parents will contact us and ask us for assistance. They'll either say that they need help on the weekends or that they need more food. Sometimes we have students come into our office and tell us. And the other way that we find out is from teachers. They notice that a lot of their students are sometimes coming into school hungry and they're eating more than their fair share at breakfast. And when they start to talk to their students, they realize that they didn't eat dinner the night before. And we see a behavior difference in the students who receive the food bags when they start getting them more regularly. Their behavior is much more calm on Monday and they're more excited on Friday. We also see an increase in attendance on Fridays because they want to ensure that they get their food bag. We love our partnership with Interfaith, and anything that people can donate or reach out to Interfaith in order to get more food for these students would be greatly appreciated, because the more food that they get for donations, the more food that can go out for our students.
The backpacks are especially important for a long weekend, and we have one of those coming up with school out for a teacher workday on the 19th.
Teacher work days are work days that the teachers have at schools where they can work in their classrooms on their classroom needs, whether it's grading papers, inserting grades, doing finalization of report cards, and so forth.
And each week we'll show you a different anti-bullying video produced by our students over the last couple of years. This week's video comes to us from North Marion Middle School.
The reason why bullies place labels upon us is affected by the way they feel about themselves. These labels are heavy and can weigh down our lives. To relieve the stress and anger in their home environment, they choose us to share the negativity with. If you are struggling with a bully, tell someone. It may be your friends, your family, or even your teachers. Just don't let it remain silent. But just remember one thing. You are important. You are a miracle.
Engage in Education is kind of a collaborative effort from a variety of stakeholders in the community, that including school system, obviously, and essentially it's an effort by all parties to try and improve both the outcomes and expectations and improve probably communication as much as anything to what the expectations of all those groups are.
The next Engage in Education quarterly meeting is Thursday, October 22nd at 5:30 at CF's Klein Center. North Marion's garnet and gold, but pink was the predominant color Friday night as the Colts recognized Breast Cancer Awareness Month. From fans in the stands to pink pom-poms, players in pink socks, gloves, and mouthpieces, referees blowing pink whistles and throwing pink flags on a field with pink hash marks and numbers. The Colts went all out for a cause that's important to head coach Stephen Field, whose aunt is a breast cancer survivor.
I actually painted the field myself with a couple of my players helping me out. It's important to me that, because I know it's a terrible disease, and I know that people struggle with it and it's real. So if we can show support in any way, form, or fashion, this is the way that we could.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see. It's great that people come out and take the time to do this.
It's not about just me and her. It's about the many survivors that also in the stands and in the community, and people that have experienced this horrible disease. And so, it's cancer of any kind is something that you obviously is horrible, and we can support by painting a field and wearing pink, then that's what we'll do.
He's such a good supporter for me and for everybody else that's going through this. So he's awesome. He's a good nephew, good coach.
All that pink didn't make the Colts go soft as they beat Lake Worth 37-0 and improved to 7-0 for the first time in school history. Breast cancer awareness is important to Marion County's bus drivers as well, and we'll bring you that story later this month. Marion County Public Schools is sponsoring a golf tournament as part of our fundraising efforts for the United Way of Marion County. The 4-person scramble at the Ocala Golf Club will begin with a shotgun start at 12:30 on October 19th. That's a teacher workday. Schools and departments are being encouraged to field teams, and whole sponsorships are available. For more information, contact Kathy Quellen in School Development and Evaluation. The tournament is just one part of the district's effort to raise $230,000 this year for the United Way.
Saturday, October 17th, we're having the Ocala Marching Band Festival. Starts at 10 a.m. Gates open at 9, and we'll have 18 bands from kind of all over the state of Florida actually coming here. Yeah, it's always great for the community and parents and all that to see the performance, and it gives the kids something, the reason they're working so they can go out and do a performance, but at the same time they're getting evaluated. There's an award ceremony at the end where they get to get recognized for what they're doing, and they get a lot of feedback, written and audio tapes of how they're doing and what they need to work on.